Why is explicit consent crucial for biometrics data privacy? Imagine handing over a piece of yourself that never changes and can identify you anywhere. That's what biometric data is. It includes fingerprints, facial scans, iris patterns, and voice recognition. Because this data is so personal and permanent, protecting it becomes very important. Laws like the General Data Protection Regulation in Europe and similar rules in other countries say that biometric data is a special category of personal data. This means it needs stronger safeguards. Processing biometric data without permission can lead to serious privacy breaches. If someone gets unauthorized access, they could misuse your data for identity theft or discrimination. That's why explicit consent is so vital. It makes sure you know exactly what's happening with your biometric information. When you give consent, you are agreeing freely and with full awareness. You should know who is collecting your data, what kind of data it is, why they need it, how long they will keep it, and who else might see it. This transparency helps you decide if you're comfortable sharing your biometric details. Consent must be clear and specific. For example, clicking a box or signing a form that states you agree to your fingerprint being used for security purposes is enough. But just accepting terms and conditions isn't enough because it's too broad. You need to give separate consent for each purpose, like access control or identity verification. You also have the right to change your mind. If you decide later that you no longer want your biometric data processed, organizations must allow you to withdraw your consent easily. They should also delete your data if you ask. Legal rules like the General Data Protection Regulation say that processing biometric data without explicit consent is usually against the law unless there's a very specific reason, such as protecting public safety or in emergency situations. In workplaces, consent must be voluntary and not forced. If an employee feels pressured to give biometric data, that consent isn't valid. Organizations need to keep records showing when and how they obtained your consent. This accountability helps ensure they follow the law and respect your rights. Having clear consent practices also supports ethical technology use. It builds trust between users and companies by showing that your privacy matters. When people feel confident that their biometric data is handled responsibly, they are more likely to accept new biometric systems. In the end, explicit consent isn't just a legal requirement. It's a way to respect your personal rights and keep your information safe.